The air grew still, a deceptive calm that settled over the city like a heavy blanket. For a moment, it seemed as if time itself had paused, the world holding its breath in anticipation. The usual sounds of city life faded, replaced by an eerie silence that hinted at something monumental on the horizon. Residents peered out their windows, sensing the tension in the atmosphere as if nature was preparing for a dramatic transformation. Before the storm's violent arrival, the sky began to shift. Clouds gathered with a sense of urgency, swirling and thickening, casting the city in a deepening gloom. The wind picked up, carrying with it the first hints of snow, and the temperature dropped sharply, signaling that something extraordinary was about to unfold. On Sunday, February 22, 2026, the first flakes fell, delicate at first, drifting lazily through the air, but within minutes the snowfall intensified, blanketing sidewalks and streets in a soft white layer. Children pressed their faces to frosted glass, watching the transformation begin, while adults hurried to finish last-minute preparations, aware that this was no ordinary winter storm. This was no gentle flurry. A historic nor'easter was churning up the eastern seaboard, its ferocity unmatched in a decade. Meteorologists tracked the massive system as it barreled up the coast, fueled by a collision of Arctic air and Atlantic moisture. News outlets issued urgent warnings describing a storm of rare intensity, one that would test the resilience of millions. The sky darkened as a massive system of low pressure and Atlantic moisture unleashed its power on the northeast. Lightning flickered within the clouds, illuminating the swirling snow, while thunder rumbled in the distance, a rare phenomenon known as thundersnow. The city's skyline faded into a blur, swallowed by the advancing storm. Millions braced for a transformation. Wind and snow would soon erase the familiar world outside. People rushed to stock up on essentials, shelves emptied in hours, and emergency crews readied their equipment. The anticipation was palpable, a mix of anxiety and awe as the first true blizzard of the decade bore down on the region. By nightfall, the storm's true force arrived, snow whipped into a blinding blizzard, winds howling like a freight train. The city was plunged into chaos as visibility dropped and the relentless wind drove snow into every crevice. Streetlights cast ghostly halos through the swirling white, and the world outside became unrecognizable. Visibility dropped to zero, city streets vanished, and the roar of the blizzard replaced all other sounds. Cars were abandoned, their outlines quickly erased by drifting snow. The city's heartbeat slowed, muffled by the relentless storm, as even the bravest souls retreated indoors. Wind gusts, over 60 miles per hour, toppled trees and sent debris flying, while snowdrifts buried cars and blocked doorways. Emergency services struggled to keep up as power lines snapped and roads became impassable. The storm's fury was relentless, reshaping the landscape with every passing hour. The Northeast Corridor, from Manhattan's skyscrapers to Boston's historic streets, ground to a halt. Trains and buses stopped running. Airports closed and highways disappeared beneath mountains of snow. For the first time in years, the cities fell silent, united by the shared experience of nature's overwhelming power. As snow piled up at 2 to 3 inches per hour, the full impact of this storm was only beginning to be understood. Roofs groaned under the weight, and the sheer volume of snow made even the simplest tasks monumental. Neighbors checked on one another, forging bonds in the face of adversity, while city officials urged everyone to stay indoors and wait for the worst to pass. This is a storm that will be remembered for generations, a defining moment when the ordinary became extraordinary, and the power of nature left an indelible mark on the Northeast. As the snow finally began to ease, people emerged to witness a world transformed, forever changed by a storm for the ages. What exactly is a nor'easter, and why do these storms have such a dramatic impact on the East Coast? Let's break down the science behind these powerful winter weather events and discover what makes them so unique and so dangerous. A nor'easter is a massive, sprawling storm system that forms along the east coast of North America, often stretching for hundreds of miles. These storms are notorious for bringing heavy snow, freezing rain, and powerful winds to densely populated cities and towns. The storm gets its name from the fierce northeast winds that batter the coastline, driving snow and icy rain sideways and making travel nearly impossible. Nor'easters thrive when frigid, dry air from Canada surges southward and collides with warm, moisture-laden air rising off the Atlantic Ocean. This clash of air masses creates a volatile environment, fueling the storm's intensity and setting the stage for extreme weather. At the heart of every nor'easter is a powerful, low-pressure system. This system spins counterclockwise, acting like a giant engine that pulls in moisture from the ocean and lifts it high into the atmosphere. When temperatures are cold enough, all that moisture falls as heavy, wind-driven snow. What made this particular nor'easter historic was a phenomenon called bombogenesis. This occurs when the storm's central pressure drops by at least 24 millibars in just 24 hours. A rapid intensification that supercharges the storm, making it much more dangerous and unpredictable. The result? hurricane-force wind gusts that can topple trees and power lines, blinding snow that reduces visibility to near zero, and a storm system so large it can paralyze entire regions for days. The path the storm takes is crucial. This nor'easter tracked right along the coast, hugging the I-95 corridor and delivering its most intense snow and wind to some of the nation's largest cities, from Washington, D.C. to Boston. If the storm had tracked farther out to sea, most of the snow would have missed land entirely. If it had moved inland, warmer air would have turned the snow to rain. But this storm threaded the needle, striking the perfect balance for maximum impact. The result was a crippling blow to the Northeast, with cities buried under feet of snow, transportation networks shut down, and millions left to dig out from one of the most powerful storms in recent memory. With its record-breaking snowfall, fierce winds, and dramatic impact, this nor'easter has secured its place in the history books as one of the most memorable winter storms to ever strike the East Coast. The blizzard's reach is truly staggering, stretching across a vast swath of the northeastern United States and affecting communities both large and small. This is not just a typical winter storm. Its sheer size and intensity are rewriting the record books, with meteorologists calling it one of the most significant weather events in recent memory. The storm's relentless bands of snow and wind extend from Delaware and Maryland, where roads have disappeared beneath thick blankets of snow, and neighborhoods are eerily quiet as residents hunker down indoors. All the way up to Maine, the blizzard is impacting tens of millions of people. Major cities and small towns alike are facing whiteout conditions, with visibility reduced to near zero, and travel becoming not just difficult, but dangerous. Blizzard warnings blanket the entire coastline, stretching from the mid-Atlantic to New England. New York City, Long Island, New Jersey, and Boston are all under threat, with officials urging residents to stay off the roads and prepare for life-threatening conditions. Emergency services are on high alert, bracing for a surge in calls as the storm intensifies. Inland cities like Philadelphia, Baltimore, and Washington, D.C. are also in the storm's crosshairs, contending with relentless snowfall and powerful gusty winds that whip snow into blinding drifts. Public transportation is suspended and city streets are deserted except for emergency vehicles. Snowfall totals are projected at 18 to 24 inches in the hardest hit zones, with some areas already reporting accumulations exceeding 2 feet. Cars are buried, sidewalks are impassable, and snowdrifts tower over fences and doorways, making even short trips outside a challenge. Winds gusting up to 60 miles per hour threaten widespread power outages, as snow-laden branches snap power lines and transformers spark in the night. Utility crews are working around the clock, but the dangerous conditions make repairs slow and hazardous. The I-95 corridor, a vital artery for travel and commerce, is now impassable. Major airports from Washington to Boston are shut down, with thousands of flights canceled and travelers stranded across the globe. The ripple effects are being felt far beyond the storm's immediate path. Government offices, businesses, and schools have all closed their doors, bringing daily life to a standstill. The region is paralyzed, with only essential workers venturing out into the storm. The economic and social ripple effects will be felt for days, if not weeks, as the Northeast begins the monumental task of digging out. Snowplows and shovels are working overtime, but the sheer volume of snow means recovery will be slow and challenging. This is a shutdown of historic proportions, a blizzard that will be remembered for years to come, not just for its intensity, but for the way it brought an entire region to a halt. New York City, the city that never sleeps, is now at a standstill. Under a blizzard warning, the city faces up to 2 feet of snow and winds gusting to 60 mph. Streets are deserted, the subway is crippled, and power outages loom as heavy snow strains the grid. A state of emergency and travel ban have emptied the city's avenues. Coastal flooding threatens low-lying neighborhoods as onshore winds push water into the city's bays. Plows and salt spreaders can't keep up. Roads are impassable. 8 million residents are hunkered down, waiting for the storm to pass and the cleanup to begin. Boston is locked in a fierce battle with the nor'easter, under a blizzard warning through Tuesday morning. Snow is falling at a furious pace, with up to 2 feet expected by the storm's end. Winds over 60 mph create whiteout conditions and threaten widespread, long-lasting power outages. Coastal flooding is a major threat as storm surge and high tides inundate low-lying areas. Logan Airport is closed, public transit is suspended, and a state of emergency is in effect. Residents have been ordered off the roads as emergency crews struggle to keep critical pathways clear. Boston is hunkered down, enduring a classic nor'easter that will test the city's resilience. Philadelphia is under a winter storm warning, bracing for one of its largest snowfalls in years. 18 to 24 inches of heavy wet snow are expected, weighing down trees and power lines. Winds up to 50 mph create near-blizzard conditions and dangerous travel. The city's airport is closed, and public transit is severely limited. Further south, DC and Baltimore face a mix of snow and rain, with 5 to 8 inches possible. The battle between cold and warm air could create icy, hazardous conditions. Power outages are a major concern as heavy snow threatens the grid. Federal offices, schools, and businesses are closed across the region. The Mid-Atlantic is in the grip of a dangerous, disruptive winter storm. The Jersey Shore and Long Island are taking a direct hit from the nor'easter's most intense winds and snow. Some areas could see over 2 feet of snow with blinding rates and gusts above 60 mph. Ground blizzards have reduced visibility to zero, and roads are impassable. The Long Island Railroad is suspended, and the expressway is deserted. Coastal flooding is severe, with storm surge and high tides inundating barrier islands and low-lying neighborhoods. Residents are urged to evacuate vulnerable areas as memories of past storms like Sandy loom large. Power outages are widespread, and repairs must wait until winds subside. This is a dangerous, unforgettable event for these coastal communities. Beyond the forecasts, the blizzard's true story is its impact on daily life. Schools and businesses are closed, the economic pulse of the region halted, hourly workers face lost wages, and travel is paralyzed. Airports, highways, and trains are shut down. Families are hunkered together, turning homes into makeshift offices and classrooms. Neighbors check on each other, and a sense of shared resilience emerges. Yet anxiety lingers. The wind howls, lights flicker, and uncertainty grows. The storm has forced millions into a tense communal pause. All wait for the fury to end and normalcy to return. Safety is paramount. Stay indoors and let emergency crews do their work. Whiteout conditions and extreme cold can be deadly in minutes. Prepare for power outages. Charge devices, have flashlights and batteries ready, and avoid candles. Keep an emergency kit with food, water, medications, and a radio for updates. Never use generators indoors. Carbon monoxide is a silent killer. Check that furnace and dryer vents aren't blocked by snow. Stay warm with layers and blankets, and keep refrigerator doors closed if the power goes out. With preparation and caution, we can weather this historic storm safely.